on September 13th, 2010, and the phone rang. I was just minding my own business, and it was the doctor, and he said, "Gary, I hate to tell you this over the phone, but I think your son has cancer." He said, "Gary, I'm sorry. I hate to tell you this, but I think Zachary's got leukemia, and you need to get to Denver Children's Hospital now." And one of the most heartbreaking moments for me amidst this shock and awe happened on the way down there. My little boy looked up and said, "Dad, where are we going? Why did you pull me out of school early? And how come I'm not getting to go to football practice?" And how do you look at your 11-year-old child and tell him that he's just been diagnosed with a disease that may kill him? Denver Children's diagnosed him with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL. And the next thing I knew, my 11-year-old son was laying there in a bed with tubes running in and out of him, and they were feeding him full of toxic chemicals to try and save his life.
Children's Hospital hooked us up with Make-A-Wish. As soon as we got there, they gave us the brochures and showed us what you could have done. They said that somebody in Wyoming would do our wish whenever we decided that he was physically fit and we were ready to go and have a wish done.
I thought of the things that I really always wanted to do that I'm probably never going to get to do, and I thought of sports because I'm probably never going to get to meet any team or anybody famous. So, and I've always been a big college football fan. I've loved Oklahoma since I was, I don't know, how old? 2. And
1.
so I decided to do that.
So Dana and a marvelous, marvelous lady by the name of Betty Kay in Oklahoma City. Who knows how many hours they spent working for us and making this happen. And we met Britton and his wife, and they gave Zack gifts, and we left the airport, and they told us our first stop was going to be at Norman North High School. And I was a little bit disappointed. It's like, no, we're here, we're in Oklahoma City, let's go see the Sooners. Why are we going to a high school? And he said, "Gary, it's just something they wanted to do." And so we drove south to the city and pulled up in front of this big, beautiful new high school, and got out of our car, and I'm still thinking, geez, what are we doing here? And we walked in this massive set of front doors at this high school. And when we walked in the front door, there was about 80 or 100 of the students from this high school from the DECA Club that had about a 60-foot banner that said, "Welcome, Zachary." And the second we opened the door, these 80 or 100 students, high school kids, let out this huge roar and standing ovation for my son. Just caught us absolutely by surprise, and just brought tears to my eyes and chills up and down my spine. These people had never seen or met this kid before in their lives, and it was genuine, and it's like, oh my, wow. And
she gave me this she gave me the secret passcode to inside of the facility, and then we toured it, and then we went onto the field of their practice, and Mr. Stoops came and introduced himself to me, and then we just talked for a while, and then I went over to watch the offense in Ryan Royals, and then they stopped for a while, and Mr. Stoops introduced him to me, and I took a couple pictures, and then they went back to practice, and then practice got over, and me and Ryan and another wide receiver named Kenny Stills were playing after. We played baseball. They had tennis balls. They do drills for wide receivers. The coaches would throw tennis balls up, and they would catch them with their hands. And we played baseball with the end zone pylon and a tennis ball.
Huddled up around. They had just finished practice. It's what you call breaking down the huddle. And they do a little chant, a little cheer, and Coach Stoops grabbed Zack and said, "Buddy, why don't you come break the huddle down tonight?" And so if you looked real hard, you could see that little bitty boy in there amongst these giants, and Zack gave him a chant and broke the huddle down, and it was, yeah, that was awesome.
And he showed me another tour, and he showed me like the national championship trophies, and we went into their equipment room, and he started whenever they play like a team, they trade helmets. Both the teams trade helmets, and they had like every team in Division I, I guess, of college football, like the higher known schools. Even Wyoming, I think, had a helmet there, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then he
tried them all on.
I tried a couple on, and then he showed me all the helmets. And
Julie, his personal secretary, took us up to Coach Stoops' office, and he's got a case, not unlike this one, that's full of watches and rings that he has been given for winning bowl games and championships and on and on and on. And Julie popped the lid off and said, "Here, try these on, Zack," and just let him have his way with this very private, personal collection of this jewelry worth a fortune. And just then Coach Stoops walked in his office and caught us. And it's just could not have been more awesome. He said, "Which one fits you the best?"
I didn't know this again. We got in our minivan, and I had no clue where we were going, and then I kind of like figured it out. We went to the Oklahoma Sooners basketball arena, and I got to watch the girls for a minute, and then Julie's like, "Come on, let's go meet the boys team," and I got to meet their coach and all the players, and I got to kind of like practice with them in a way, and it was really cool. I got to meet all of them, and there was this giant, I guess, Hummer limousine, which was awesome. They had like coolers in there and stuff, and our family and all my cousins rode in it, and they had pop and water and all that, and they had a fun time. And out before when the game started, and did the coin toss, and
On national TV.
I guess. And I think it was start fourth quarter. We went down on the field and watched the rest of the game from there. It was really fun. And then they won. I don't know what the score is. Ryan Broyles, the guy I spent 2 or 3 day or two with, tore his ACL, and I didn't know it at first. And so I was kind of worried and stuff. And I found out about Ryan, how he tore his ACL. Felt really bad.
Let's see if Make-A-Wish can do something for us that we can't do. And this was it. And I mean, never in a million years could you, as an individual, make happen what Make-A-Wish happened for us, and it was. We just came back to our rooms every single night just flabbergasted, just like, are you kidding me? What's tomorrow going to be like? And treated us so well, and you guys can see the balls perhaps on the table. One of them was the game ball that we went to where Oklahoma beat A&M, Texas A&M. The other one is a commemorative ball that the whole team signed and gave to Zack. Here's the All-Americans gloves that he signed and sent to Zachary.
Game, I was in the locker room with all the players, and no, was it before or after? I got to try on Ryan's helmet and jersey and all his pads. I had his helmet on, I had his shoulder pads and jersey on.
You were in the locker room in his stall.
Yeah, I was in his stall, and
I think
I
Blake
tried.
said go ahead and put his stuff on.
I put all of his stuff on. It was really cool.
I got a good picture of that, by the way.
It just
Gave him something to look forward to.
It like brought my spirits back up from crappy old chemo and cancer to have fun with the team that I love and players that I see on national TV, on ESPN. I couldn't thank him. Loved it.
And you still keep in contact with Ryan?
I tweet him. I've tweeted him for the last 3 weeks before every game, telling him good luck. And then I ask him after the game how it was and what was it like, and he tweets me back and says it was fun. I loved it. Time of my life. Those are a couple things he was saying.